Hi, everyone. It is a blustery day outside, and I am here with some information for you on how to audition for our production of 4 a.m. by Jonathan Dorff. Okay. This production will be a filmed production that we will create like a short film, I guess is the best way to put it. And then we will publish it and stream it online the week before Thanksgiving in November. If you follow along with this video, you'll do everything that you need to do and you'll know everything that you need to know in order to audition successfully for this. So please listen and follow along before you start submitting things. All right. The first thing that you're going to go to is this document, which is your instructions document. It also includes your audition sides on it. If you're not familiar with what an audition side is your script that you need to learn for the audition. There are two pieces with an optional third for this one, and I will explain what all of those are as we go. Auditions, we're just going to get right into it, okay? Auditions for this show will be open from today, which is Sunday, October 11th, through Friday, October 16th at 7 p.m. We will rehearse one time on October 19th, which is a Monday, for a cast read through and a short conversation. And then you're going to be given a break to work on memorizing while we finish up wrapping up the War of the Worlds production and stream that. Our rehearsals for 4 a.m. will begin in earnest the following week, maybe like one or two rehearsals, starting the week of October 26th. Filming for this will take place the second full week of November, and editing and production will take place and be posted and streamed, like I said, the week before Thanksgiving break. Please read everything on this document, even after watching this video, so that you know what you're doing. All right. Incomplete or incorrect submissions will result in missed casting opportunities for you. Okay. So just follow along. All right. In order to audition for this show, you must do the following things that you see here on the screen, okay? You've got to have completed the 2020-2021 OHS Theater Participation Form and a signed copy of the General Production Participation Form. If you didn't look at those, look at the audition post that is previous to this one on Schoology. There are instructions on how to do that. Maybe you already did that, in which case you're free to go. Number two, you need to video record the required pieces for this audition. These recordings need to be filmed. You should try to follow the swag, I can't believe I said that, in audition advice in the audition video that you can see here if you haven't watched that already, okay? You need to record the Frankie monologue. That's the first one you're going to come into. And then you need to choose either the girls' sleepover scene or the boys' sleepover scene to record. If you choose whichever scene you identify with, and if you identify as neither of the above, you can choose whichever of these scenes resonate with you the most. That will also help me in potential casting choices and be good to know. The third piece that you need to read for this is only if you're interested in playing the character of Jake or Jane, depending on who is cast as it, because that scene has frank talk of suicide. And the monologue that you will read does talk about it directly. So you only need to do that one if you're interested in playing that role. Each recording must be its own file and titled correctly. Okay, the file name needs to look like your last name, your first initial, and the title of the side that you're reading. Okay, an example would be Myers D side title, right? And you would actually fill in the side title with something. For each side, there are 3 pieces of information that you're going to receive: what to title it, a brief description of it, and a bit of direction or guidance on how to film it. I am not going to go over all of these with you in this video. I'm going to leave it up to you to read, but I am going to go over some specific tips. After you've recorded all of yours, you'll go to this audition form, which you can reach right here. It looks like this. Okay. It's some basic information on what you need to do. I'm going to show you, in fact, how to fill it out really quickly. Read through it. Okay. This information up here is information about the production, a link to the script itself. It is important to put your email address as your email address is stated. A couple of people on the War of the Worlds email train didn't put their complete email address and their emails got kicked back to me. Just a side note, in the real world, if your email gets refused, the audition person just moves on to the next email on their list. So write it down correctly. Check your information. A secondary warning to stop unless you've filled out the participation form already. If you've already done that, you keep going. Click next. This section is about your student information. In here, you're going to just tell me a little bit about yourself. You're going to pick your preferred pronouns, or tell me that you prefer not to have them listed. You're going to tell me your graduation year, if you're an inducted thespian or not. If you are wondering if you're an inducted thespian, you might not be, okay? You have to go through a little ceremony. You have to be in at least a couple of different productions at Olympia High School to be inducted. It is part of the official International Thespian Society Honor Society to be inducted. So you kind of got to go through some hoops. And if you don't think you've gone through those hoops, the likelihood is that you haven't. So you're probably not. And it's okay to check no. It doesn't mean anything except for give me information I need for the program. Okay. I need to know which of the following you have access to on this list. Check everything that applies to you. Are there any particular parts that you're interested in playing? Tell me. If there's none, you just need to leave it blank. Okay. Will you accept any role that you're cast in regardless of size? Yes or no? You do need to answer this. If you say no, please explain. Keep in mind this warning that the size of the part is a subjective term. If you're only willing to accept lead roles or large roles, what you consider to be a lead or large role might differ from my opinion of a lead or large role. I will tell you that there are several good roles in this show, and there are several roles and parts that all of the ensemble will have a piece of. So please don't look at part sizes and, I don't know, just go with your gut. I'm going to say yes, and then we're going to go on. No, I needed to choose one of these. In this section, you need to tell me any conflicts that you might have. This lists the hours that our rehearsals will be. If you have conflicts during those hours, it's important for me to know. Those conflicts could be jobs, dance classes, family meetings. It could be anything, okay? Just know that if you have too many conflicts, that could get in the way of casting. But I try to be as flexible as I can. I also try to work around everything that I know on this form. If I don't know about it, then I can't plan for it. So please put anything listed that you think. This is doctor's appointments, is everything, okay? Check with your adults to see what conflicts you have. Even if you have none, enter none, and then move forward. This last page, you're going to see your video audition submissions. By submitting the file below, you are agreeing to audition for this production. You have submitted the production permissions form, and your voice, agree that your voice and video, I'll change that, will be used and streamed in a production of the above play. Audition submissions made without the theater participation form and production participation permissions form will not be considered. To submit this, you click Add File, and then you can do it two ways. You can either upload these files directly from your computer, or you can submit them from your drive. I suggest putting them in your drive and then connecting them to this folder. It's just easier that way. Okay. Once you get here, you click Upload, and then it takes you back to the form and allows you to submit. You can't submit without those files. That's the audition form. Each of your submissions videos needs to be one continuous, unedited shot. No edits. Okay, no edits, no editing together multiple takes for submissions. I want one continuous shot for each of these sides. However, that doesn't mean that you can't try multiple times. Do that. Record each piece multiple times and pick the one that you think is best. Or if you submit, or if you finish filming one and you're like, yes, take that one. Okay, don't second guess yourself. Trust your gut. As always, I wish you tons of broken legs. I know how hard auditions can be, so just do your best. That's all you can do. Okay. Below this, on the second page and beyond, are the audition sides that you need. This first one that you're going to come across is Frankie. He is the 4 a.m. radio DJ, or I guess they are because it can be either gendered character. Frankie is the 4 a.m. radio DJ who broadcasts into the ether, knowing and thinking that there might not be anybody hearing them on the other side of the radio, but they are a radio DJ on public access radio. You need to, they love their job. They're enthusiastic about their job, and they're having fun while they do this job. Okay. Try to do this from memory. When you're filming, look directly into the camera like I'm looking right now. I want you to speak as if the person that you're talking to is on the other side of the camera. So you're looking right at them. You're connecting with them. Try to do it as much from memory as you can. If you have to have cue cards, keep them as close to the camera as possible so that I don't see you doing this. This is Frankie, your 4 a.m. connection, your 4 a.m. force, and a horse is a horse, a horse is a horse, of course. You see how my eyes moved? I don't want to see you reading, okay? I want to see your memory. I want to see you act it. Reading and acting are two different things. You can be a great reader, but to marry that with acting is a challenge, okay? And that's intentional. So this monologue has these two pauses in it. Remember, Frankie is an enthusiastic character. For the second piece, you need to select either the girls' piece or the boys' piece. Each one has a description of what is happening in the scene. You only need to audition with one part in this scene. It is a scene between two people. So for this one, I actually want you to look slightly either to the 1 o'clock point beyond the camera or to the 11 o'clock point. Whichever one you choose, imagine that the person that you're speaking to, the other character, is right there, and focus in on them and speak to them. Also, you're going to need a second person for this audition to read the other lines. Okay, so if you choose, for instance, for the girls scene, if you choose to read Anne's lines, you need somebody to read the Monica lines for you. Don't worry about editing them out. I'm going to hear them. That's okay. It helps in doing auditions like this if they are where you're looking. It helps. Unless that throws you off, and then put them somewhere else and look at them. Don't look like this. This is too much profile. It's a small shift of focus. Here or here. Okay? You just need to choose one of these two characters. So if you choose the girl scene, you're either going to choose Anne or Monica. If you choose to do the boys scene, you need to choose either Hale or Simon. Have fun with this. Do it a couple of times. See which one feels the best. Again, try to do it as much from memory as you can. The last monologue is optional, and it's because it has a content warning within it. You only need to do this last one if you're planning on auditioning for this part. If you do not want to play this part, do not record this audition. Again, I'm going to say that you only need to do this third one if you are planning and want to play Jake or Jane. If you don't want to play Jake or Jane and do this part, then do not record this monologue. You just need to do the top two and submit those. This one has a frank reference to a suicide attempt in it. You just need to be aware of that. I'm not looking for a really overdramatic, melodramatic, sad person. This isn't them. Okay? That's not this part. That's not this part to play. This is a complaint letter to a knife company. It is a person complaining about faulty goods that they were promised would do one thing and that thing didn't work. It is not a suicide note. It is not a goodbye world note. It is a complaint letter to a knife company. I want you to keep that in mind. Read the direction advice that I've got for you here. This one, like everything else, will be like the first one, will be speaking directly to the camera. However, they are writing a note. So you could write and continue to speak as long as you look up occasionally, mostly, and speak to the camera. I don't want to see the whole monologue like this, especially if you're wearing a hat. Not a great idea because I'll never see your face and I can never know if you're acting or not. You need to connect through the camera to me watching you on the other side. Those are your three pieces. When you've filmed them and chosen which ones you want to do, you'll submit them through the audition form. And then I will try to make this audition announcement this cast announcement next weekend. Oh my goodness. Okay. I hope you have fun with this. I hope you enjoy this show. If you have no idea what 4 a.m. is, you can go back to the very first page of this audition form. And in that page, there is a link to you can actually read this play for free. And it's pretty short. It is 28 pages. Weird. War of the Worlds is 28 pages too. I didn't do that on purpose. But you can read this play in its entirety on the PlayScripts website. All right? Many broken legs. I'll see you on the other side of the audition.